32-25, starting out the second half here. Logan up by 7 after putting together 2 solid first quarters. Let's see if they can round it out here and finish out these last 2. But it's going to be Huntington's chance first. The Hollanders trying to take the high road to glory in a cheesy way to put it.
Didn't see how it coming.
No, I didn't either. I mean, it felt like Eminem freestyling. Sorry, I watched the Chrysler commercial last night.
During the Super Bowl?
No,
did you see the one during the Super Bowl?
That was impressive.
Yes, it was.
Made me proud to sell Chryslers, actually. Imported from Detroit. Awesome. Anyway, back here to the game. Normally we never bring up the car lot, but somehow it's found its way to work into 3 times here tonight.
That's right.
We have a foul here. Coleman will pick up his first personal. Scoring. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to take his time, Tony. He's a little dead time. I'll tell him here in a minute. Go ahead.
Scoring in the first half, Coleman with 6, Williamson with 10, and Steve Browning with 8, Green with 2, Brendan Street with 2 off the bench, as well as TJ Tomlin. And the basket was good by 24. Hayes. Deontay Coleman. Getting over to Steve Browning. And gets down to Paul Williamson. Paul Williamson getting it done the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
So good, absorbing contact, Tony. Taking that and being able to put it in the basket.
And he back rims it, but Steve Browning comes up with the offensive rebound. It gets blocked from underneath. That was a good clean block.
Yep.
And nice job there by Kiwanis Hayes. (34-29). Logan's lead at 5. Wow. Math is off. Paul Williamson open for 3. It's good. His second trifecta of the evening, 37-29. Logan's lead back up by 8.
Paul continues to hobble on that leg, Tony. I really look like it hampered that defensive performance right there.
And Taquan Hayes going right down there and getting the shot right back. I'm just now figuring out that Taquan Hayes and Taquan and Kiwanis are probably brothers. I didn't even piece together that for some reason. Jerry Williams, the bank is open on Monday night in Logan. They'll take it.
Absolutely. Cash it in.
Piggy bank.
Every basket he gives you, just unexpected. I mean, it's not unexpected totally, but I mean, he's just not a scorer, Tony.
Right. Well, even though Huntington answered right back, at least they just took back the basket that Logan's at least responding,
Right. Well, it's back and forth, Tony. Here's 2 AAA, Southern Powers, squaring off here, Willie Akers Arena.
Down to Coleman. He gets in on the trifecta action for the first time tonight, and for someone other than Paul Williamson. That's the third 3 hit by Logan, 2 by Paul in the first half. Well, excuse me, 1 in the first, 1 here a few seconds ago in a second. And turnaround jump shot, no good by Taquan Hayes. And here we go back the other way. Logan by 9. Paul Williamson pushing the ball up the floor, getting it dribbled off, getting it up court to number 11. Kiwanis, Nick goes up and good.
Good strong take with Gary Miller running like he's back on the football field, Tony, at you.
Paul Williamson step in base. It seems like every time he takes a shot, he's got a chance to make it a 3-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, we heard, I think, where was we? Down at Scott when Kingery got real excited about protecting the shooter. We talked to him after that, and, that was one of the officials' focus points was to protect the shooter. And case in point right there, Paul came down on that guy, questionable either way, goes the shooter's way every time.
45-35, Logan up by 10. We'll give and go Nathan DeMoss. Giving it over to Kiwanis Hayes. Back up to Moss, left side Elijah King. Pump fake going into the pace line. Paul's still favoring that one leg. And Coleman comes up with the rebound. And Kiwanis Hayes is going to cover the loose ball and take a timeout. Third here to Huntington.
Smart play.
They're swarming on the little surprise pressure there. They were expecting everybody to fall back on defense. And next thing you know, Deontay Coleman's got 3 defenders smothering all over him.
Everybody from Logan released. Trying to get back down the floor. And said Deontay there by himself. 3 Highlanders collapsed on him finally.
45-35. Logan still up by 10. So very nice start here to the second half by Logan, and so far so good to piece together a complete game. There's still quite a bit of time left, about 12 minutes, 33 seconds left of total action. We got 44:33 left here in this third quarter. And Kiwanis Hayes set to take out right in front of us, and now over to Nathan DeMoss. Moss back over to Hayes. Hayes to Moss. Left side, 3 by King. It's front rim, no good. Deontay Coleman with the rebound. He's going to be guarded by Kiwanis Hayes. That's a nice little defensive matchup, actually, there. Deontay Coleman. Over Steve Browning, going to go into the baseline. Up and good. Steve Browning having himself a ball game. He's got 10, a chance to make it 11, and Logan now up by 12, 47-35, 4:06 to go.
Yep, everybody coming together here, Tony. You're seeing scoring all across the board for the Wildcats. It's not happening in a whole lot of games this year. It's mainly been mainly one side. Williamson putting up 30, 35 plus. So good to see some people, putting their names in the books scoring wise.
Steve Browning 0-2 from the free throw line tonight. That's uncharacteristic of him. And Logan just maintains the lead, 47-35 by 12.
Paul's missed a couple too. Missed a bad night all around for the Wildcats at the line.
They're going to get number 5, Devontae Marable, with his first personal as he fouled Stevie Browning. Steve Browning gets it into Paul Williamson. Williamson, the returning All-State leading scorer for the Logan Wildcats. He's recently eclipsed the 1,000-point mark, and he's well over that mark now. Deontay Coleman, nice job by Stevie Browning. Athleticism was saving that one there with his fingertips. And he gathers everything back under control, and now it's in the hands of Paul Williamson. Williamson, top of the key.
Nice pass. Had the right idea.
Steve Browning going to go in through the paint. Nice job with the right hand. And then Coleman steals the inbound pass, gives it back out to Browning, gives it back over to Coleman. Nice heads-up play there by Coleman, being awake on the inbound pass. He hung around and gave Huntington a little taste of their own medicine with the surprise pressure.
That's right.
And Paul Williams going to go in through the paint.
Ooh.
Kick it back out. Steve Browning, pump fake, going back in. Finds Paul Williams open for 3. He's going to try to go down low to Matt Green. It's going to be the last touch by Paul Williamson going out of bounds. 49-35, though. Logan's lead at 14. And, boy, what a big turn of events that would have been if they would have got another 2-pointer right there and made that a 16-point game.
Yeah, you see Hatch clapping, and then you think, well, man, let's turn the ball over. But he's excited. Tony, he ain't seen that kind of effort out of his guys in a while. They got in a set. They run it. They didn't like what they saw the first time. They didn't settle. They kept working the ball around.
I mean, maybe with this Dustin Woody thing going on, Logan's taking on a us versus the state mentality. They feel like they've been victimized, and they're showing it here. And Gary Miller trying to go up for the block, but Kiwanis Hayes able to swing it on around him.
Good job by Gary.
Matt Green going down with no rebounders. Not a well-advised shot, but he connects. 51-37, Logan holding that 14-point lead at 2:10 to go in the third quarter. Kiwanis Hayes, three-pointer up, no good. Rebound going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Devontae Marable of the Highlanders. Gary Miller getting it into Coleman. Kiwanis Hayes getting a little screen there by Gary Miller. 3-point attempt in this one, no good. Gary Miller not able to time that one up. That last bounce caught him off guard a little bit. And Taquan Hayes one here. Nice up and under, no good. Goes to the putback, still no good. And his brother Kiwanis coming up with it, saving it out to number 4, Sheffield the second. Aaron Williams, right-hand corner now with it. Dribbling it back up top the key and finally going to calm things down. Well, so I thought so. And he's still going down to Taquan Hayes. He's going to travel as he tried to work it on Gary Miller. Turnover to the Wildcats. 51-37, minute 29 to go in the third quarter. A lot just happened right there, it felt.
Yeah, man, that was action-packed. That just shows you go up and get up and down the floor, both teams. So, interested to see, as we move towards the fourth, if that affects Logan's mentality or not, Tony.
Well, they know they're up by 14, but they can't act like they're up by 14. They have to keep that pressure. As Deontay Coleman find Paul Williamson, nice pass in the corner. And Paul was obligated to finish that off that beautiful pass by Coleman there. And up and over and one by 5. Marable. Excuse me, that was not Marable. That was 24. Taquan Hayes. Fouls on Gary Miller, his third.
Tough one for Gary to pick up.
Bring in number 1, another JV player. Here in the final minute. Foul on the floor before the shot on
Williamson.
It's going to be on Paul. That'll be his first. Team's fourth. Team's third. Huntington has 4. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Loose ball up. Shot up. Put back. Still no good by Huntington. And that one was no good by Hayes, as he's had, they got some points between the two, but they've taken a lot of shots to get them points.
Yeah, I'm just watching that possession here. That reminded me so much of the Princeton Day game, Tony, where Logan just did not exist on the boards whatsoever.
Right, as well as the
Highlanders had about 6 shot opportunities right there. That can't happen.
No, I completely agree with you right there, John. We were talking about it earlier. Whoever has a higher rebounding margin normally wins.
Right.
But in this scenario, Logan's just in a rare position.
Well, their shots are falling. Normally you don't shoot such a high percentage from the floor, Tony. I don't know what that is. I don't have their shot chart in front of me, but I'd say they're shooting 6 out of 10 anyway.
Yeah. I wish we had that. That'd be great. Unofficial statistics, maybe a little more official. And here we go. As the time expires, nice job there by Hayes. Not what Logan wanted. They were up by 9, but now, by 15. And now they're up by 13. It's still a pretty big amount Huntington has to overcome, but there's 8 minutes. That is plenty of time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's what they was looking for right there at the end of the quarter either, Tony. Obviously it's going to go through Paul, but just out there dribbling around, I know it's frustrating for the Wildcats.
It really is a mental letdown, or a mental lapse, I should say. Rounds out the fourth quarter, and we'll be right back here with your fourth and final one of action. Again, Logan up by 13, 54-41. Tony Lane, John Foster on wvsportsnet.com.
Your sports voice of the Valley.